So Jenna did a TedX talk, which is so fucking impressive. I actually didn't know that coming into this. So tell me, how did that come about and how did it go?
Well, it was one of those things that I watch TED Talks all the time. For a while I was trying to watch one a day. Now I'm so busy with school and everything I can't. But I love them. Like, I'm obsessed with them. It's been on my bucket list of like things that I want to accomplish in my life. You know, I keep a list next to my computer with everything that I want to accomplish.
Really?
And as I cross them off, I did my final dance tour, cross that off, did my final dance tour book, cross that off. Yeah. TED Talk, now I get to cross that
That's
off.
amazing.
But I got the email in January from a university in Belgium. And they said, do you want to come and do a TEDx talk? And
so how did they, just real quick, how did they find you? Did they tell you,
They emailed me at my hello@jennahaze.com. So either Instagram or my website, I would think. But they contacted me and said that they had researched me and that they wanted me to come and give a talk at their next event, which I know.
Trying to pick that off.
I'm just trying to like clean stuff. Can you tell that?
Oh my God. I had Julia Ann on last week and she did the same thing. We both of us kept adjusting the tablecloth and then like she'd pull it and then I'd pull it to me and it was like this battle over the tablecloth all the time. It was pretty funny.
The older we get, the more clean we get.
Watch this tablecloth because people are just fucking with it too much, making them crazy.
Okay. So, so they emailed me and, they asked me to do their event it's called Bright Ideas, and so they asked me to do it, and they said that they wanted someone to come in and talk about adult and porn and give. So
that was like a category that they already had decided on, and they're like, "You're going to be the perfect person for that." Yes. Okay, gotcha.
So, and I actually at first thought that it was fake, and I was like, "This is just," because I've gotten scam emails from people being like, "I'm from Elle magazine, and I want you to shoot," and I'm like, "Yeah, right." Yeah, like I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So I've gotten those, and you have to weed out when you're your own agent, your own manager for everything. You have to weed out, you know, and it's hard sometimes to be able to discern which are real and which aren't. And so because this is something I wanted so bad, I was like, oh my God, like, is this real? Is this not real?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, I agreed to do it. And then like, I was like, this isn't real. This isn't like, you know, and I started writing my speech and everything thinking, and then as we got closer and everything, and then they set me up with Toastmasters to do some like, help me with the writing of the speech and the coaching and stuff.
Oh, so they give you someone to help you with it.
They did. I didn't use it as much as I wanted to though, because I was so busy with school.
Right.
So I wasn't able to have as many like coaching sessions as I wanted to.
That's great. That would be, because I look at those TED Talks and like I watched Erica Lust's TED Talk and it just seems like it seems so exciting. Like I would love to do one, but it looks absolutely terrifying. And it's not like in this dark room. And it's just like.
Well, and I've never given a speech before. I've only done acting roles and hosted the AVN Awards. And at the AVN Awards, you know, I had a couple lines here and there, go backstage, and it was really easy to memorize. This was really different. You know, and they want you to memorize the whole thing. And I was like...
I was going to ask you, do you get a teleprompter or anything like that?
No. I actually, I broke the rules a little bit, and I did it Monica Lewinsky style, the way that she did it when she did hers. And I had a little music stand with my notes in case I lost my train of thought, because I had such stage fright.
Of course.
I had like such stage fright that I was like, I'm going to go blank. And if I go blank, I'm going to panic, and then I'm going to cry, and then I'm going to run off stage.
So awful.
And that was my worst fear. So I told them, I was like, can I just have a music stand with my notes right there just to help me in case I lose my... And I did. At one point, I looked out in the crowd and my mind went blank.
Oh, I could see.
And I just went, oh my God. Because it was also hard to like write it, because I'm giving the speech to people in a foreign country. English is not their predominant language. So I feel like in some ways I kind of had to simplify or like dumb down a little bit my speech more than I wanted it to be.
You don't want it to be too verbose.
No, and they wanted me to deliver it in very simple things. So I feel like it's not as intellectual as I wanted it to be. And I didn't get to use all my psychology and like, you know, newfound skills from my academia career, but it still was such an amazing experience, and I did get to put out some messages that I think are really, really important. Okay. So I'm really excited.
When is it?
Also really nervous.
Is it on? It's not out yet, right?
It's not out yet. No. Okay. It'll be out. They said that it's almost done. Oh, I'm like shaking right now because I'm so nervous, because I know that some people are going to rip me apart for what I said. I know that some people are going to love what I said. So I'm like preparing myself for the. Yeah. I think it's the first thing I'm not going to read the comments on.
Yeah. Do you, can you talk at all about like any of the subjects that you touched on, or is...
Well, I talk about, piracy, and I talk about societal perceptions of pornography. So that's kind of the basic overview of what it is. But, you know, they only give you a certain amount of time, and I have so much that I want to say that instead of like touching on one thing and going super deeply, I kind of brought up like a bunch of different little topics. And my hope in that is that once the TED Talk comes out, it can open the conversation for those things that I want to talk about even more. You know, it'll open up the floor for people to be like, okay, that's a good point. Let's talk about this more in depth.
Right.
You know, which is what I wanted to do with it, because there's so much that I wanted to say.
Yeah. How long was it?
It's like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily the most terrifying thing I've ever done.
Yeah, 15 minutes is not that long.
It's not, but when you're up there, it seems really long and really short at the same time.
Right.
And now that it's over, I can't remember doing it.
I've totally done that.
It's the weirdest thing.
I've 100% blacked out when I've done like public speaking.
Yeah.
And I'll come off of the stage and I'll be like, I don't know what I said.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, it's coming out soon. And I'm like, oh God. like, I hope I said everything right. And I hope I didn't mix up words or, you know.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited about it. I think I'm one of the first, if not the first adult star to do one.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody else that I've seen that has done it. Like I said, I know Erica Lust did one, but she's a director. So
and hopefully it'll open, you know, the floor for me to be able to do other ones too, because this is something that that's the thing. Now that I did the one, I'm like, I want to do it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did it once. I liked it. I liked the adrenaline of it, but I'm not as scared now.
Yeah.
Because I've done it once. So now I'm like, I wish I'd had like a prep one that I could have done before that.
Yeah.
To get the jitters out. But everyone said I did a really good job and they really liked it. The response after when I got off stage was really, really great. So many people came up to me and they were like, you changed my perception about it. I didn't think about it like that. So, and that's, you know, that's the point.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And go check out all the other videos. I film every single one of my podcasts. And if you want to listen to the audio version, I'm on iTunes and all the other podcast platforms. Visit hollyrandallunfiltered.com to find out more.